What's up, wave makers? It's Mommy Tsunami here, and today we have a fun one. We have another episode of HUN Science, honey! Every time I say that, as I've been thinking about it, did anyone ever watch Charlie is So Cool? Like he's one of those OG YouTubers, you know? He had a segment, and I think it's basically all he does anymore whenever he does upload, but it's just called Fun Science. He has like a fun little like fun science, with like a ukulele, and I was like, I need to learn how to play that and make my own HUN Science, you know? And then I remembered I'm not good at playing the ukulele. So anyway, this is HUN Science, my friends. Over the past few weeks, I've been saving and holding on to a few videos of Huns trying to do science experiments, and it's bad. So I've got a bit of a selection for us today. I think a lot of these are going to be a lot shorter than the last HUN Science video, but either way. Okay, so the first one we have today is from a Norwex Hun. I'm not even going to explain it, let's just watch it. Shall we review what we just watched, class? Okay, so if you don't know anything about Norwex, I also don't really know exactly how it works, but I know they have these cloths. I think it's infused with like silver or something. Let me just Google it. Okay, yeah, and I was gonna say antibacterial, but I didn't know for sure. So basically with Norwex, you pay almost 20 bucks to get a cloth that is supposedly antibacterial, and all you need to do is add water to it, and it's embedded with micro silver. And that's how they say it's like, oh, okay, it's supposed to be antibacterial. Well, what we just watched, it's just so dumb. She literally put like what looked like butter on her countertop and then smeared it all over the countertop. Like, you can literally see the streaks of fucking butter get spread all over her countertop. And then she used another dry cloth on top of it to shine it up. Yeah, when you put butter on your fucking countertop, like, that's an oily substance. Yeah, you're gonna have to shine that shit up, you know? That's what oil does. It makes things like shinier. That's what happens when you smear butter all over your countertop. And can we talk about that? Is bacteria central right there. You can't just use a cloth with fucking silver in it and say that it just completely gets rid of any ounce of bacteria that was in the butter you just smeared all over your fucking counter. How can you watch that video and think it was a good idea to post that on the internet? It's extremely obvious what just happened. Anyway, next one. I don't know if this is necessarily science, but we've all heard of Monat's Rejuvenate oil. I think at this point we've seen a lot of Huns tell us that there's so many different uses for it. It's not just a hair oil. I did look it up and we can go into it later because I think there's more examples of Huns using the Rejuvenate oil for other dumb shit in these videos that we're gonna go over today. This one, the Hun is all like, you can use this on gravestones. Let's watch.
This is my little nephew's grave, and I'm just disappointed that it's so dull. So we're just, you know, gonna shine this baby up. Here.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! Wow! Like, do a few drops up through here and let's rub it in. Yes. The Rejuvenate oil comes into play. Oh, there we go.
It's a really pretty stone. It's actually a temple.
Look, you guys. It's like this. And get this name. Oh my gosh, you guys, for real, look at this. I mean, I know it's dirty, but I mean, she's worth it.
It's okay.
It's worth it. Blake's worth it.
So I'm putting the Rejuvenate oil.
Let's get it
Try
inside.
to put like a Sharpie marker inside.
I hope it absorbs. You can even get like some acrylic.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not an approved use by Monat on their website. How fucking desperate do you have to be to sell your fucking MLM product to literally exploit the death of your nephew? I would like to see her put a different, like, a fucking baby oil up against this. Like, any oil you're gonna put on this gravestone is gonna make it look shiny, right? She's putting it, like, in the letters. I don't see any difference there. The only time I ever see a difference is when she's rubbing it on the entire stone. That would happen with any oil that you use, you know? Like, this is not unique to Rejuvenique. And hey, guys, just so you know, one bottle of Rejuvenique oil is $99. So, I don't get it. Also, this commenter here made a good point. Why do they touch the vial to their hands, faces, and tombstones? Like, do you know how gross this is to touch that vial on so many things and then put it back in the vial, right? Okay, this is a stone that is outside, and even someone at one point is all like, I know it's dirty, but...
I know it's dirty, but...
Cleaning it with water is gonna make it look shinier, you know what I mean? But yeah, if you want to really shine it up, maybe like vegetable oil, dude, like that'll work too, right? It's just so dumb. And it's a really, like, a big stretch to try to sell your fucking hair oil this way. And while we're on the topic of fucking Rejuvenique, let's move on to this next one. This one was circulating for a while, like a few months back. I mean, if like cuts and scrapes and stuff bother you, maybe don't watch this one, but I don't know, I don't think it's that bad. It's just like I think she fell like rollerblading or some shit, I don't know. Yep, this chick claims that Rejuvenique oil can be used on fucking open wounds.
To show this without a filter. It's like quite swollen. I don't know if you can see that. But, what the hell, let's just go ahead and put some of this on it. I get kind of weird about putting stuff on my skin. Like, for example, if I get a scrape, I don't rush to put on polysporin. It kind of freaks me out. The skin's pretty raw. I get all freaked out it's gonna burn and hurt, and I'd rather just leave it. So, I don't use polysporin, I don't use anything like that. So this is like even pretty big for me to be using right now because my skin hurts so dang bad. I'm using the light version right now. So there's an oil intensive and then a light version. Oh, it doesn't hurt. No, it doesn't hurt at all. It doesn't burn.
Okay, so now we're telling people that we can put fucking hair oil on our legs while there's open ass wounds on it. Now I think now is a good time to kind of go into Rejuvenique on Monat's website. So when we look it up, the first thing the website says is it's so pure and versatile that it can be used in multiple ways to improve skin and hair. And then under here it says to learn more about Rejuvenique oil, please contact your Monat market partner. And I'm just gonna say maybe don't do that because they clearly don't know what they're talking about. 13 natural plant and essential oils, rich in omega fatty acid, antioxidants, and nutrients highly compatible with the skin and hair. Now, I've heard a lot of people talk about the coconut oil content in Monat's hair products. And listen, I'm not a professional in hair and skin at all, but I trust people who are. And for what they say, coconut oil isn't actually that great for your hair and skin. I just did like a quick Google search, and there's a lot of science behind why. First of all, according to skinterrupt.com, it says coconut oil is too alkaline for your skin, basically saying that it can disrupt your skin's pH balance, which is kind of a big thing. It can cause, you know, like skin conditions and stuff if your pH balance is out of whack. This one is the one that I've heard the most. Coconut oil is too saturated. So this is what a lot of professionals say. The molecules are too big in coconut oil to be absorbed by your skin. It actually just sits on top of your skin, and I think this is why coconut oil is used in a lot of lubricants, you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't really absorb, it just sits right on top. It's kind of what a lubricant is supposed to do. Using that logic, this chick is all like, oh, I don't use Neosporin or polysporin or whatever. First of all, she says polysporin, Neosporin burns if you put it on. Like, isn't it basically just petroleum? I have never used Neosporin and been like, this fucking burns. And if it burns, you maybe probably shouldn't be putting it on there in the first place. So first of all, that's bullshit. Anyway, back to Skinterrupt. It says it ends up acting more like a plastic bag on the skin, and coconut oil doesn't allow for your skin cells to breathe or detoxify. Which tells me, maybe, just maybe, don't put it on an open wound. It needs to be able to breathe. It needs oxygen. It has to heal. And it's not going to do that if you're trapping it under a plastic bag, you know? There's stuff saying it messes up your skin's microbiome. And then, of course, there's better options for your skin. And then they list all of their references here. So this isn't just fucking quack science on some random blog. They have a lot of references here that prove their points that they're making here. So anyway, back to Rejuvenique. Coconut oil, while it's lower down, it's still in there. I don't even fucking know what meadow foam is. Abyssinica seed oil, Camellia oleifera, I don't even know, tomato seed oil, carrot seed oil, lemon peel oil, lime oil. Okay, so a lot of those seem to be pretty basic ingredients. And you know what? Can I just say, and this is coming from someone who doesn't have a science or medical background, but if you put lemon or lime on an open wound, you would think that it would burn, right? And she's sitting there rubbing it into an open wound like, it doesn't even burn. I call bullshit, man. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of discussion about this in the comments, so yeah, all you science people, all you skin people, all you hair people, yeah, let's have a conversation. I love, like, seriously, when I make these kind of videos where I'm like, I don't really know, someone always comes through. You guys are so fucking smart. So I appreciate those of you who are going to clarify a lot of this in the comments. I've never claimed to know all of these things, but I think common sense tells me enough, you know? And then the science behind it comes from you guys. You guys are always really good at explaining these kind of things, but I don't even understand why this shit is so expensive, because aside from whatever this meadow foam and Abyssinica and Camellia seed, everything else in here is shit I've heard of. There's bergamot, coconut oil, obviously, sunflower seed oil, lemon, lime. What is so fucking special about this? And I don't know how well these other ingredients are absorbed into hair and skin either, but at the very least we know that coconut oil is not. And also, Monat uses coconut oil in a lot of their products, if not just like a few. So I think that's a big argument for like, why the fuck do people use Monat? It's like counterintuitive. All right, next. I don't think I've watched this one yet. I just know that the thumbnail is of fire. And I feel like a lot of you guys sent this to me. So let's just watch this one. I think it's another Monat one.
Okay. We are going to do a dry shampoo test.
They're inside a
Science
house.
experiment.
Featuring Monat's The Champ Dry Shampoo.
And Not Your Mother's Clean Freak Refreshing Dry Shampoo.
From drugstores. Sold at most drugstores. Okay.
The very first ingredient in this is butane. It's isobutane and propane, which means that it's flammable, and 99% of dry shampoos have propane or butane in it. So,
And you're spraying that right on your scalp. So we're going to show you how flammable this stuff is. Okay. Ah! Okay.
da, 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 da.
Fireball.
You're gonna
Okay.
burn your house down.
Fireballs.
Literally, it's.
And then
You're going to use it.
Champ
We're
dry
almost out.
shampoo, butane, propane free, and voila, it is right out. So
One more time. So there you go. Along with that, oh, I also wanted to mention that instead of talc, like most brands use, Monat uses rice starch, which is a much healthier option for something that you're going to be spraying right on your scalp that's going into your bloodstream. So there you go. Anything else?
Yep, there you have it.
I feel like I remember someone saying, or maybe multiple people saying, the whole whatever you spray on your hair goes into your scalp and goes into the bloodstream. Like, I've heard that be debunked before. I don't know why all the Monat Huns always say this shit. I feel like this has been in my comment section, so I'm sure someone else will clarify on that. But yeah, I've heard that that's a myth. It's totally not true, not scientifically anyway. I mean, especially if what you're using has coconut oil in it, right? I do know from our last video, both of the ones that I reviewed last time were Monat Huns, but the general idea was they were either heating up or trying to light their shit on fire to prove whatever point it is they were trying to prove. I feel like this is probably another case of that. Just by a quick Google search, I was able to find that butane in dry shampoos is generally deemed safe because it vaporizes quickly, so it's not like it's soaking into your skin or anything like that. But whatever, you know, if you really don't want to put butane in your dry shampoo, shampoo, then don't. Like, be my guest. But the fact that Monat's doesn't light on fire, like when we were, I mean, it was hair oil in the last video we were watching about Monat, people trying to light shit on fire. God, there's a hair. I'm sorry. Like, there's a hair sticking to my face. But I guess the general consensus with you guys was that oils are supposed to light on fire, right? And I guess a dry shampoo probably wouldn't contain oil. Well, I don't know. What the fuck is in Monat's dry shampoo? Claims to be conditioning. It says it's waterless. So if it's waterless, oh, okay, there's alcohol in it. Which is weird because isn't alcohol flammable too? Well, I guess I know this as a fact. Alcohol dries out skin and hair, especially over a long period of time. It's infused with Rejuvenique, you guys. How much does one of these bottles cost? 34 bucks. As we saw before, Rejuvenique has oils in it, which you would think should be flammable. Key ingredients, a blend of 13 natural plant and essential oils, alcohol. Okay, oils and alcohol, two things that should be flammable, and starch, which is what they were saying in the video. Tetrafluoropropene. Okay, wait, I just googled it and it said, is tetrafluoropropene flammable? And the safety data sheet says it's an extremely flammable gas, and it is the first ingredient. Second ingredient is alcohol, and then under that it's just a ton of different oils. Okay, where are my science people at? What is happening here? Someone tell me what is happening here, because me from an outside perspective, and maybe I'm totally ignorant on science in general, looking at these ingredients, I feel like they should burn. They should be flammable. So what's happening here? I think the whole point of me showing you guys this is just to say that I don't think that there is a correlation between, like, whatever it is they're trying to prove and the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because something is flammable doesn't necessarily mean it's bad for your body. Because there's plenty of oils that we put on our body all the time. You know, that shit's flammable. We can have a discussion about that in the comments, as always, because y'all are way smarter than me. I just don't think this proves anything. Okay, this is the last one we're gonna go over. This one's a little bit longer, but, and again, I don't know much about hair and skin. This is another Monat one, though. Just watching this and listening to the commentary that whoever's filming is giving, it just doesn't add up to me. It looks very unhealthy, and I think there's going to be a lot of people in the comments here that are angry about what we're watching, because let's just watch it. By the way, I think a lot of these came from Not Your Hun on Instagram. Damn, they post like a lot of really great Hun Science videos, so that's where I'm getting a lot of these. So shout out to Not Your Hun on Instagram. Anyway, let's play here.
We're gonna have a little conversation here. So my cute little guest here that you're never gonna know who it is, okay? She says to me, I'm allergic to Monat. And I say, why do you think? And she's like, because look at all this dry skin, okay? She loves the product. She's actually a market partner, okay? I'm going to clear some air here for you. She thinks she's allergic, but she's not, okay? This is what's happening. Around her hairline right here, she has completely clogged hair follicles. Okay, so what's happening is it's trying to push out these follicles, but they can't, because they're being blocked by silicone, because she's currently using our Co product in her scalp. No. And so what's happening is it's building up, and her actual follicles cannot breathe, you guys. So she's getting dry skin. That's what's happening. So we're going to be doing a Rejuvenique oil treatment at her root, and we're going to be in some black shampoo and conditioner, okay? So I'm going to show you guys how I did this. So I took a boar bristle brush, and I just went through, and I'm rocking it back and forth to really pick up all of the dry skin throughout her whole entire scalp. She's not allergic to the product. She's just like, her scalp is like in dire need to breathe.
Just because you keep saying
what she's infusing in her hair now is something that's clogging all of that follicle. You guys understand that? So now what we're gonna do, let me show you. Go through here, and I'm gonna just drop in around her hairline the Rejuvenique oil, okay? What this is going to do, it's going to open up the hair follicle, and it's going to infuse the follicle to sprout new hair. That's literally the point of this oil. So it's an actual treated oil that goes through and clears the dead skin, all the dry skin, and it's opening up everything that's inside of this, like below the scalp, and it's going to talk to the follicle. Then it's going to say, hey little follicle, you were clogged for so long, I hate you for that. And then this oil is going to be like, yay, thank you, woohoo. You know, you get it, you feel it? So you guys, she's not allergic, but we're going to find out after we wash and see what kind of reaction she does get. So normally I would say keep that oil in the scalp for 30 minutes, okay? About 30 minutes. But if you can, sleep in it. But right now, since she's at the salon getting her hair washed, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this black shampoo. This is amazing, you guys. It's a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, and it opens up the hair follicle, lets it breathe, it stimulates. I'm gonna kind of just go in here and add a little dot like that, and like that, and like that on dry hair. Okay, and then once I add that in, we're gonna go through here. I'm just kind of just doing a little spot here. And then we're gonna even pick it up and roll back where bristle brush. It's like a hurt good feeling, it really is. But once you open up the follicle with the oil, this shampoo conditioner mix is gonna go through inside the follicle and start talking. We need to sprout some new hairs. We need to help this hair not be freaking dry and clogged and blocked. And it's going to be squeaky cleaned after this, you guys. So, you guys, if you're in an area where your hair, there's a specific spot that you're allergic to the product, I promise you, you're not allergic to the product. It's just that your hair is clogged and blocked by silicones and sulfates and sodiums and environment, you know, like dry shampoo, like all the stuff that you're constantly touching it with your own hands and your oils and putting on your scalp, like you're clogging it all. So you gotta understand the difference between being allergic and actually being dry. So I just washed her hair once with the black shampoo. Look how much like cleaner that looks. All the remove.
I have to stop it right here. I'm sorry. Her scalp is redder than it was before. Yeah, the fucking dry flakes are gone. You just got done exfoliating her head with a fucking bristle brush. Like, yeah, it's gonna pull all of the dry flakes out, and then you're gonna wash it and scrub it and rinse it out. Of course it's gonna look cleaner. All that stuff was loose in there. But the scalp is now twice as red as it was before. There's more to this. Let's just keep watching.
Removal of that dead skin's off. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're going to do the Renew shampoo, following with Intense Repair conditioner and a little cocktail with Smoothing Deep conditioner. So, you know, it's really important to have the right cocktail for the hair type because she currently has extensions in along with her own hair texture. It's actually, you know, her texture itself is like medium texture, and she has quite a bit of hair. So you really want to work with a good cocktail. Finished. Her scalp is squeaky clean. That's like goals right there.
I still see flakes.
Now the plan is we're gonna go ahead and use the brand new product because she is color treated and you all need this. It doesn't matter, like you all, for all reasons. Okay, one, this hair is gonna go out into the sun, so we need to UV protect it, and this is color treated hair. She gets her hair colored. Not detangler, leave-in conditioner, a little bit of thickening spray because I love the smell, and of course, Rejuva beads.
She's gonna put a product in this girl's hair just because she likes the smell of it. This girl does not need hair thickener. Well, maybe she does. It does look kind of thin in those red areas. But again, she's been using Monat, so what do you expect?
The very first thing you're going to do is add in this split end mender because that's the first thing that needs to touch the hair. Because we're going to focus on those split ends and let it infuse.
Speaking of split ends, again, I'm not a hair professional, but any hair professional that's not a Monat market partner would tell you that it is physically, biologically, scientifically impossible to permanently mend a split end. Once it's split, and you gotta cut that shit off. Now, I have heard that there are products that essentially act like a glue to glue your split ends back together, and that might be what's going on here. But regardless, underneath that layer of glue, the end is still split. The hair is still damaged. And I don't even know how long it's supposed to last when you use that stuff. Do you have to use it every single day? Probably. And it's probably super expensive. Anyway, I think this is something that we all know. You can't just make split ends not split again. Like, once it's split, it's split. And I can't believe that this woman looks like she's a hair professional, right? She, like, is working in a salon, and she's trying to spread this misinformation. I mean, someone tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong.
In and let it sit for 1 minute. Second thing that's going to go on is color locking protective spray. It's a nice mist. It smells amazing.
You can straight up see,
you're
oh
gonna
my
put
god,
this-
look at that. You can see, like, the flakes just, like, in her hair. Oh, but as long as her scalp is clean, that's all that matters for the video, right? Even though she just washed her hair with, like, 5 different shampoos and conditioners, there's still so many flakes in there that they're still stuck in her hair.
From the roots to the ends. Alright guys, so to finish up the story, we put her hair in braids, let it air dry for a minute. We're now out in the sun. So do you understand why the color protecting product is a must need? She's in the sun, her hair is roasting in the sun. It's literally going to get sunburned, but nope, we have a cast around it from the color blocking and UV protection. So I want you guys to know I can hook you up. I can get you a deal right now to get that before it sells out. Do you want it? Do you want it? Yes or no?
No. Okay, so that's the end of that bullshit. There's a lot here. There's a lot to unpack. It sounds to me, I don't know if she said that it was a new market partner. I can't imagine that she went this long using the product with her scalp that way without asking for help. It's probably one of those things like she used it a little bit and was like, wait a minute, my hair and my scalp have never been this red and irritated and flaky. What the hell's going on? So basically what's going on is that this poor girl got swindled into being a Monat market partner, started using the products because you have to be a product of the product. That's what these people tell you to do. So she starts doing that shit, and all of a sudden she has a reaction on her scalp that she's never had before. But this lady is trying to say, no, it's not because of Monat, it's because of years and years and years of her using things that aren't Monat. First of all, Karen, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, it's so stupid. I've been using Tresemme on my hair for years, and my scalp has never looked like that. If you're gonna try to tell me that silicones and parabens or whatever the fuck is in all of those shampoos that are in drugstore brands, that's why this is happening to her, it's not true. It's just not true. It seems like the moment you switch products and you have a reaction that you've never had before, I'm pretty sure it's from the product that you just switched to, right? I mean, common sense. There is a comment on this on Instagram from a licensed hairdresser, and I think this is a good comment to go over here because clearly this person is more qualified to answer any scientific hair questions than I am. So here's what she says. As a licensed hairdresser, yes, having buildup of products can irritate your skin. What can also irritate your skin can be certain ingredients in products you're using. But saying that this hair oil is going to make new hair grow is lies. Hair grows in 3 phases: growing, stagnant, and then falling out. All the hair on your body are in different stages of these. The amount of follicles you were born with will never change. It's in your DNA. Unless you start balding or go on medicine with side effects of hair loss, Maddie girl is the worst person in this industry that we don't talk about her. Probably why she decided to hop on the pyramid. That's a hot take. The whole clogged hair follicle thing, when that happens, isn't it like an ingrown hair, kind of? I have to look. Okay, some people might find this kind of gross. I don't, because I love pimples. But basically, look at this. Yeah, like when you have a clogged hair follicle. Excuse me, sir? Sir, excuse me?
I'm like trying to be so silent while you're going on.
You're like throwing shit, breaking
It's
everything.
just gotten not really feasible to be silent anymore.
It's okay, I'm almost done. You know, it's hard working from home. Anyway, yeah, so these pictures, they're kind of gross, whatever. But in general, it's exactly what I would think a clogged hair follicle looks like. Folliculitis? Is that the actual... Okay. I don't know if that's supposed to be pus or what, but that makes sense, right? You get bumps, infected hair follicle. I don't know if that's the same as a clogged one, but I would assume that if your hair follicle is clogged, it's going to get infected. That's where the pimples and the pus and stuff comes from. But in general, yeah, this lady didn't have like lumps and bumps and pus all over her head. She just had bright red skin on her scalp and flaky skin. But no, it's not Monat. It's not Monat at all. Hey guys, did you know that you're not allergic to Monat? It's not Monat. It's never Monat's fault. Even though we have so many examples of women using Monat, probably not even women, fucking just anyone using Monat, and their hair falls out or they get burns on their scalp. Like, this is not fake news. They always like to say it's fake news, but this happens. That's why there's so many class action lawsuits against Monat right now. And of course, you know, the Huns are completely misinformed about all that because they're always like, oh, Monat has won every single lawsuit. Monat has never won a single lawsuit. They haven't been settled yet, or they were settled out of court, so we don't know the outcome of them. Anyway, completely misinformed about that. I'm just looking through the comments here to see if there's anything else worth mentioning. This person says it's common sense. If you have a reaction to a product you're using, stop using it. But meanwhile, she goes to, probably this woman is, I'd assume, her upline for help. And the upline's like, here girl, let me take care of you, and puts more of the fucking products that she's clearly allergic to on her head to help. This poor woman. A lot of people are saying they find it distasteful the way that she's talking about and to this poor girl, like as if it's her fault. One commenter said she's an esthetician and an instructor, and it's most certainly a skin irritation. So there you go. It has nothing to do with clogged hair follicles or whatever the fuck. The same commenter also says, also from everything I've ever been taught / studied, you cannot infuse hair follicles. We've heard that a lot. And that's pretty much it there. If you guys have thoughts, let me know in the comments below. Obviously, I know we will. We'll have a long conversation about this, I'm sure. I'm just done. Like, and you know what's crazy is that I still have other like HUN Science videos to go over here. So I guess we'll have to make a part 3 eventually. I don't see this HUN Science trend slowing down anytime soon because these fucking psychos just like to make new excuses and new reasons to try to sell their products, and it's just infuriating. But hey, with that all being said, let's thank my patrons. The biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Unknown System Error, MK, Michelle Matthews, Irene Nordide, Amanda McMahon, Corey Allison, Karina Winman, Diane McIntyre, Maria Burchett, Molly Wasilewski, Meredith Nakata, Whitney Gregory, Katrina Rosemarick, Elizabeth Wyatt, Real Fly Realize, Clark Grace, Kimberly Taylor, Whitney James, Sarah Hennemuth, Jackie Waple, Daniel Urena, Jenny Ruby, Oren, April Lindblom, Bobby, Ashley Nichols, Tuesday the 13th, Justin Kelsey, E. Higgins, Savannah Kokoskis, Maddie, Brianna Coulter, Boris Geller, Rachel McHenry, Desiree Lopez, Molly Bresson, Vandus Closet, Kim Cartwright, JP Eugenio Schaefer, Maddie Darley, and Kelly Creffield, and to the rest of my fabulous patrons, thank you so much for being here. And even if you're not a patron, thanks for being here. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Thanks for being you. Hopefully I'll see you guys again on Friday with another video. Oh my god, okay, since you're here, let me just tell you, I fell down a rabbit hole. I wanted to get, so the video that you're watching today, this video here, was supposed to be a deep dive on a brand new MLM, but damn guys, yesterday I was trying to finish up the video. I was like messaging people to try to get more information, and I hit the jackpot, so I kind of have to redo everything I've written. There's just a lot, so it's gonna be a doozy that I'm gonna try to get out by Friday, but if it ends up being too much to take on to get out by then I'll see you next week with it. But hold on to your butts, dude, because it's a lot. And that's it. Okay, keep making waves, babes. I will smell you later. Bye. Mommy Tsunami out. Toodaloo.